So today we're gonna do a review of this guy, the Sympl Commuter pack. We're gonna talk about pros, cons, pack it out, and I'm gonna give you some other suggestions at the end of the video if you're not quite sold on this bag. Self-standing glory. Keep your laptop scratch-free. This is now eating into the main compartment, which I don't like. Let's kick things off by talking about the gist of the Sympl Commuter Backpack 20-liter. Spawned in Australia but scaled in California, Sympl is a backpack brand that focuses on a really cool demographic. They try to be that middle zone between yo, I'm here to get some work done from 9 to 3, but then I gotta catch some swells from 3 to 6, right? I'm going surfing. And that's the lifestyle. And all their bags are sort of based around that, where it's businessy, but also has the build, features, and foundation that can really handle the elements. And I'm gonna be really frank with you right now. I have fallen in love with this backpack. In fact, it could be my new favorite everyday carry bag. Now, if you frequent the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, you know it's kind of like a big statement coming from me. But if you're new here, this is not normal for me. I don't always just shill new bags. I review them as objectively as I can, so you can decide if it's the bag for you. But just straight up, I'm an EDC backpack nerd. It's easily my favorite category of bags, because I live in a city and I carry an EDC bag all the time. So yeah, there's a lot to love about this bag, but also some things that I don't love about the bag. We'll talk about those in just a minute. But first up, let's talk about some of the features. We've got high quality and extremely weatherproof materials, a quick horizontal access pocket on the front, a quick vertical access pocket at the top, full clamshell style opening, an internal water bottle holder that's accessible from the outside, a side access laptop compartment, and some super beefy and well-padded shoulder straps. Oh, also it self-stands pretty darn well by itself as well. The capacity is 20 liters, which in my opinion is perfect for everyday carry. A lot of new everyday carry bags are going a little bit bigger, 22 to 24 liters. But I like 20 liters because it gives you a lot of space to work with, while also not being too big and bulky on your back. All Sympl bags come in one color option, black. Let's talk dimensions. We got a height of around 17 inches, a width of around 13 inches, and about 5 inches of depth. Sympl advertises this bag to weigh 2.5 pounds, which if true is a great weight for a 20-liter bag with this many features. On scale number 1, I'm getting 2.8 pounds, but sometimes these can be wrong. Check scale number 2. On scale number 2, I'm getting 2.9 pounds. So I'm not sure is there something hidden in here? Very strange. All right, let's do a third weighing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do have 3 scales. Can't be too careful these days. And I'm getting 2.9 on the third scale. So 3 for 3, it seems that the bag's around 2.8 to 2.9 pounds. This is the Sympl Commuter backpack when it's empty. This is the Sympl Commuter backpack when it's fully packed out and worn on me. I'm 5'8". And this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on our media manager, Margaret, who's 5'2". And don't worry, we're gonna pack this bag out throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Sympl bags are protected by their lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects. And for all that, the bag is currently running around 186 USD for pre-orders, and it looks like it'll be around 220 full retail. And if at any point in this review you're thinking to yourself, Aaron, I see what you're saying, that bag, it rocks, it really does. And I'm getting one. And you're gonna make a purchase, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best darn bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the front of the Sympl Commuter Backpack 20-liter. The first thing we'll start with the front is the aesthetic, right? It's the first thing you see when you see the front of the bag. And the aesthetic is just like how Sympl advertises. Sort of that I could bring this bag to a meeting, but I can also throw it on the beach, catch some waves also with this bag. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. And the aesthetic has actually grown on me over the past few days. I'm not crazy about Sympl's branding. I get the whole longitude and latitude, are those the words? I'm not a sailor. Aspect of the branding, but I don't know, it's just a bit much for my taste. But I do think the bag, especially when packed out, looks pretty slick. And that is primarily due to the primary fabric that's being used on the commuter pack and all Sympl bags. And this fabric is sustainable and waterproof 100% recycled 420D core ballistic nylon Recore, which has a TPU coating on the lower panel and a polycarbonate coating on the upper panel. And these coatings just equal extreme weather resistance. It gives the bag almost like a rubbery sort of a feel. Not too sticky. The TPU part is actually a little sticky. But this fabric plus the PU coated zippers equal a very weather resistant bag. Oh yeah, ain't no water getting through there. Not gonna happen. Now from there, let's talk about quick access. because as the EDC bag nerd that I am, quick access is everything to me. Especially as I live in a more urban environment. I'm in Hong Kong, it's a mega city. I'm walking around sometimes miles in a day, and I gotta grab things, whether it's my keys or my notebook or my phone or my wallet, sunglasses, the list goes on. And that is the beauty of this pocket right here. Side access pockets are all the rage in the carry community right now, because you can literally just swing it on around, unzip and grab what you need without ever having to take the bag off, which is great because I'm lazy. I don't wanna have to do the whole dance, you know, that dance. And within this pocket, you can see we have 2 elastic mesh pockets. This one a little bit smaller, and this one's about double the size. But then on top of it, you can actually see there's a decent amount of space in there in general. It can expand, meaning like you can put like a bulkier item in there, potentially. But one thing to note, we're gonna talk about the top vertical pocket next. And you can see that this pocket is actually right there, right? So it's eating into this front horizontal access pocket. I know the zipper is vertical, but the access is horizontal. Stick with me. We're gonna get through this. So this vertical pocket being here, it will compromise some of the space of this compartment. But for me, it didn't really matter because I thought that there was plenty of space. I used it for my handy dandy notebook, B7 size, same size as a passport. You can see that fits perfectly right there. Gives me quick access in case I get struck by a brilliant idea. Slide the pen in there. And then for the smaller elastic pocket, it's a perfect spot for your sunglasses. And then with that extra space, that expansion, you could also fit something bulkier in there, like a jacket, if need be. Perfection. Bada bing, bada boom. It should be noted too that this compartment and all compartments on this bag are accessible with YKK PU coated zippers. PU equals polyurethane, and it just provides extra weather resistance. But one thing to note about PU zippers is they can have a tendency to peel over time. Just depends on your particular dose of use and abuse that you give the bag. Now let's talk about that vertical top pocket, this one right here. Because as this bag is self-standing, something that I will praise a little bit later, vertical access works really well. Because whether I'm at my desk in the office working, literally right over there, or just on the train and I got the bag down and I want to grab something, this vertical access is pretty darn cool. And I've seen this sort of a pocket done on many other bags, like the Air Pro packs, for instance. But this is much more organized. It almost feels like a tech pouch built into the actual backpack. And because of the structure of the bag and how well it self-stands, it's almost just like, yeah, whatever you need, take it. I live to serve. And it's awesome. Let's pack it out and I'll give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. And being a built-in tech pouch, essentially, you're just gonna put your smaller bits of gear in this pocket. So real fast for the pockets, we have a back pocket here with a microfiber lining. 1, 2, 3 elasticy pockets. It's like a really silky, elasticy sort of a fabric. A zippered pocket in the center, and then 1, 2 mesh pockets on this side. It should be noted this back tech compartment has, wait for it, listen. Oh yeah, that's a magnet, baby. So if you put your phone in there, it goes to the bottom, the magnet secures in place, and the phone is safe. But I know a lot of you out there don't like to put your phone in your backpack. I usually don't either. So I'm gonna put a Kindle back there, but it means that the magnet's not gonna fully close, so do keep that in mind. In the elasticy pockets, I'm gonna throw AirPods, a little Zyn canister, and a portable battery. Perfect fit. Middle pocket is a great spot for wires, or maybe even like a backup pair of sunglasses in their case. And then for these mesh pockets, I'm gonna put my nano tote, and then my keys here, which I don't like, because I want quick access to my keys, right? So I get home after a long day of work, I just wanna turn my aircon on, because it's so hot here in the summer. Oh, it's crazy. And then I get to my door, and I'm like, time to get in, okay. And then I gotta do the dance, you know, and lazy Aaron no likey. And I gotta do this and unzip. It's a whole thing, right? For me, I would have definitely appreciated if the keys were in this pocket as opposed to this pocket. But more or less, that quick access for this built-in tech pouch freaking rocks. Let me know though, I feel like this might be a little prescriptive for some. Like, is this a feature that you think is cool? Or is it a bit too much? Is there too much organization? Do you need quick access to all that stuff? I wanna know what you think about this pocket in the comments below. Let me know. And then real fast, just back to the side compartment, you can see now that we fully packed this out. It is eating all the space up here, but you still have from this point all the way down to the bottom, down here, worth of space on top of it. So it does eat into each other a bit, but overall, I think it works quite well. All right, let's talk about the middle of the Sympl Commuter Backpack 20 liter. Starting with the bottom, because if you notice, it's quite flat. And that allows for this. So the flatness of the bottom mixed with the structure of the bag to ensure that it can maintain its shape equals self-standing glory. This is actually particularly impressive too, because I loaded up this top with a bunch of heavy stuff pretty heavy. And even though it's top heavy, the bag's still standing like a champ. It's not like the 10 out of 10 best self-standing bag I've ever reviewed. I think like a nomadic backpack might take the crown there. What else, Margaret? What's like a better self-standing bag? Ha! Yeah, good one, good one. But I guess, yeah, at the end of the day, there's not a lot of really great self-standing bags, so this is just awesome. Self-standing bags are so freaking crucial to me. It's just a game changer. It's just an absolute game changer. From there, let's talk about the two sides. On side number one, we have a handle and the laptop compartment. And on side number two, we have the Outie water bottle holder. Let's start here and then work our way back around. Because this water bottle holder is gnarly. But the thing with a lot of these Outie water bottle holders is they are limited in their capacity. So you're not gonna usually fit like a big 1 liter water bottle in there. I haven't tested this though, let's give it a shot. Yeah, that's not happening, right? So this is a 1 liter Yeti with like the big old clip top on it. No go. But this 24 ounce Columbia, you can see slides in perfectly, easy to close, which then gives the backpack a nice flush aesthetic, right? No clunky crap hanging off the sides. But on the negative, this is now eating into the main compartment, therefore taking away crucial packing space that you might need otherwise. So pro and a con with everything. But one thing that I freaking love that Sympl did is the use of this fabric. Because at first look, you're like, oh, that's like a mesh, dude, and the water's just gonna pour right through there. Wrong-o, I thought the same thing. These aren't holes. This is waterproof, I assume. We're gonna test it out right now. So if you spill, oh my God, my suspicions are confirmed. Okay, so I've thrown a bunch of water in there and I don't know what this fabric's gonna do, but you can see it's not like immediately seeping through, right? But let's get inside to actually find out. And you can see, yeah, all right, so we're starting to get like a little damp here. It's starting to come through ever so slightly, but I would say it's quite water resistant in the way that it did buy you a bit of time. But having said that, now that it's settling in, you can see that the water is starting to seep through. So it's not as water resistant as I was hoping, but still it's better than just like a regular mesh, which would have bled through right away. Will you hand me a couple tissues, Margaret? Just a couple more, please. I poured too much water. I got a little ambitious with my water pouring. But the good news, as you can see with Margaret and I right now, it seems to wipe off and it should dry pretty quickly. Margaret, our resident videographer, media manager, and bag carer. Thanks, Margaret. I think it'd be awesome in a future iteration of this bag if Sympl could find some sort of magic material that wasn't, like the water didn't seep through it. But for me, I usually don't carry a water bottle in my day-to-day. That's why it's the perfect spot for an umbrella. All right, now for side number two, we got the handle, decent handle, well padded, and then here and here we have some external lash points so you can clip maybe a carabiner onto the bag and carry things externally. And then we're at the laptop compartment, which is a side access, which has pros and cons. The pro is like if you are traveling with this bag on your luggage, right? It's a sideways luggage pass-through holder, then the laptop compartment is right there. And these side laptop compartments can usually handle a bigger laptop. I'll put that to the test in just a second. Now, Sympl doesn't specify what size laptop can fit in here. My 13-inch MacBook Pro, though, fit with plenty of room to spare. I mean, it is swallowed in there, right? And it feels pretty protected, mostly. The back padding is really well padded, and we've got a beautiful microfiber material in there. It's very soft to the touch and will keep your laptop scratch-free. So we got some cutouts, 3D prints of larger laptop models. This is a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Will it fit? Hell yeah. Now, it's not a perfect fit. Like, it's not just like you can slide it in. You kind of got to do like one of these diagonals, get it in there like that, but it's absolutely a great fit. And then we got our new 17-inch cutout, and this would be crazy if this fits. Ooh, I think that we have reached max capacity. Yeah, so as you can see, you're not gonna get a 17-incher in there. But while I like this laptop compartment, it does have one thing that I'm not crazy about, and that's the lack of a false bottom. And this is usually the case with side access laptop compartments. I actually just double checked the Evergood CPL24 and it has the exact same problem. That the bottom of this compartment is like, it's like basically touching the bottom. Now, it's not a big deal, just as long as you don't do that when your laptop's in the bag. It still offers a ton of padding in every other direction, but that bottom is something you've got to be aware of. And one cool thing about the laptop compartment is we have this theft deterrent feature, this little Hypalon loop right here, that when you pull the zipper through, it means you can't do that. So you gotta like weave it back through, which if there's a thief in your life, it's not gonna completely stop him, but as the name suggests, it will deter him. Actually, this is kind of hard to get it undone. I'm gonna leave it like that. And finally, the last part of the middle is this top handle. Great top handle, well padded, decent room for grabbing, and it's lined with a very soft fabric on the bottom, which makes it just a joy to touch. Oh wait, yeah. Thanks, Margaret. We're not done with the middle, because I forgot about the biggest part of the middle, the main compartment, which is full clamshell style opening. Clamshell style opening rocks for travel, definitely, because you got like clothes and like packing cubes and all this stuff in there, and you get to your hotel and you just go whoosh, and you just take all your stuff out. For me, it's not as big of a deal for EDC, but I know for some people out there, like you love clamshell, no matter if you're traveling, EDC, everything in between. On the front side of the main compartment, we have a sleeve pocket here, a zippered mesh pocket, and a zippered non-mesh, but still very elastic pocket. And then on the flip side, we have a little stash pouch, air tag holder, and 1, 2, 3 pockets that have the same elastic material that this one has right here. And let me tell you, that material feels nice. Let's pack it out. All right, you can see here I got a bunch of EDC stuff. Just gonna start loading it up. Now, one thing I will say too is, although this backpack is marketed as a 20 liter, I think it feels a little bit tighter. Not so much as where it's like a 15 liter, but it's definitely, it's like maybe on the 18 liter side, just a little bit tighter than some 20 liter bags have a tendency to be. You can see I'm just kind of utilizing the space for all my different stuff. I got a hard drive. I love the elasticity and expansion of this mesh pocket. Ooh, my Kindle fits really perfectly right in there. Actually, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna throw my hard drive in this guy. Will it fit? It will not. Actually, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna put my hard drive just kind of in the main compartment and use my laptop power bank right there. That is a match made in heaven. Some tech pouches, a sling in case I want to decrease my carry weight. Got a hat in case I'm having a bad hair day. And for this zippered mesh pocket, good spot for backup battery. This is the beauty of a clamshell style opening, just how easy it is to open it up, pack everything out, and then when you're ready, close it, zip it. We're ready to conquer the day. Okay, I think we're done with the middle now, right, Margaret? Okay, middle done. Woo! I know that section was a little bit wordy, but if you're still here watching this amidst all the wordiness, it probably means that you're really into backpacks, because you can tolerate me talking for so much about a backpack. So from one bag lover to the other, I gotta tell you about something that I don't know if you know, but here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do reviews on YouTube. We also have a world-class newsletter that we called, wait for it, the Nomads Nation newsletter. But as to where we do these in-depth bag reviews on YouTube, the newsletter is a bit different. It's sort of like your centralized source for the breaking news of the carry community. I'm talking limited edition drops, collaborations, the newest releases from the best bag brands in the world, because what's happening right now in the bag world is crazy, dude. And there's a lot of it. And I'm sort of your reporter in the field, and I'm gonna let you know everything. So if you want to get an insider look at what's happening in the carry community and also get access to our giveaways and what's happening behind the scenes in Nomads Nation, you're going to want to sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter, which you can do by finding this globe emoji in the description below. I hope to see you in your inbox. All right, next up, let's talk about the back of the Sympl Commuter Backpack 20 liter. We got a lot of awesomeness going on here. Starting with comfort. You see these shoulder straps? These shoulder straps were made for Aaron. Because Aaron, me, I love beefier shoulder straps because they usually have like heavier loadouts with a lot of tech gear, laptop, batteries, all that stuff. So chunky ass shoulder straps really help to just take the weight off the back a little bit, make the shoulders feel nice. But on a side note, some people find shoulder straps like this to be a little oppressive. It'd be just like too much. It's a lot of fabric, a lot of material. On the flip side of the shoulder strap, we have some mesh, great for breathability. Moving down the shoulder strap, we have two Hypalon external lash points, great for clipping things onto. I see a lot of people in Hong Kong like to attach their hand sanitizer to it. You get off the train, you just see everyone in Hong Kong just like doing this. From there, we have the sternum strap, which is super simple to adjust. You just lift it up or down this nylon webbing, and it's clipped into place via magnet, which always feels very satisfying to use. Below that, two more nylon webbing parts that you could probably clip things into if you wanted an external lash point again. Yeah, see? And then at the very bottom, you can see we have this really nice nylon webbing. Feels silky smooth. And then at the bottom right there, this got a dangle stopper. That keeps the nylon webbing in its place, so it's not flapping all over the place. Hashtag stop the dangle. I love that little guy. But while I'm pretty ecstatic about the shoulder straps, the back panel was good to great, not perfect. I love that there's some hardness to the back panel because it helps provide some structure. It just feels like, yeah, that backpack, it's there. In a good way. And the structure is, it's strong. And no things are like digging into your back from the bag. But I did think that the ventilation could have been slightly better. We do have some cuts, as you can see, which are gonna help. Might get a little bit of through there, but it's not like you're not gonna get like full gusts of wind, like really cooling down your back. But overall, that structure, I really appreciate. And then finally, luggage pass-through holder is a side one. This is very common for bags these days. I prefer a luggage pass-through holder that allows you to carry your bag vertically. But keep in mind, if you are carrying it horizontally on your luggage, you're gonna have to choose which side. Do you want water bottle holder and front quick access? Or do you want laptop access? The choice is yours. Overall, I've been wearing this bag for the past few days. I find the comfort to be great, but to double check, we actually shot my reaction to the comfort of this bag after wearing it outside for 30 minutes. Let's jump to Aaron a few days prior. Aaron, in the past, how is the comfort of the Sympl Commuter backpack?
Yeah, so when it comes to comfort, this is my kind of bag. Now, it's not gonna be for everyone. These shoulder straps, I like them because they're really beefy and well padded, which is nice because I have a lot of tech gear, right? So it kind of helps to bear that weight a little bit. But some people find shoulder straps like this too oppressive, so to each their own. But like I said, for me, this is how I like comfort in a bag. Really well padded shoulder straps, the right width. We've got the sternum strap for extra support, a really solid and like firm back panel with a decent amount of ventilation. Overall, I'm really impressed with the comfort of this bag. Now let's take it back up to the office and talk about the overall pros and the cons.
Overall pro number 1, it self-stands like a fucking champ. Overall pro number 2 is an incredibly comfortable wear. And pro number 3 is I love the double attack of the 2 quick access pockets, both from varying perspectives, kind of the best of both worlds. But on the flip side, while I'm really digging this bag, every bag has cons, and here's mine for this one. Con number 1 is gonna be the lack of a great false bottom in the laptop compartment. Con number 2 is I could have used a bit more ventilation on the back panel. And con number 3, at 20 liters, it does feel a bit tight to me. Because the bag maintains its structure, actually, structured bags don't quite expand or pack out the way that like non-structured bags do. Yet again, with every design decision, there's a pro and a con. It self-stands, but it's not gonna pack out quite as well as a non-self-standing bag that doesn't have any structure in it. Got it? But if you're still here, there's a good chance that you're thinking to yourself, Aaron, I agree with you, that's one of the best backpacks I've seen in a long time, and I'm totally buying one. Just a reminder, if that's the case, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Thank you very much. But you also might not be quite sold just yet, and you wanna hear my alternatives? Let's bring it back over to the bag rack and talk about it. So for my first alternative recommendation, I'm gonna keep it in the family, because I got this Sympl backpack, which is the Weekender. Great option for you if you're totally digging the Sympl vibes, but you need a bit more space. The Commuter is 20 liters, the Weekender is 25 liters. It's a great bag, and we did a full review on it, and you can find a link to that video in the description below. All right, the next alternative recommendation I actually don't have with me right now. But it's such a good recommendation because it's very weatherproof, it gives you quick access, comfortable wear. I'm talking about the Able Carry Daily Backpack. And although I don't have it with me now, I did have it with me at one point, and you can watch that review, link in the description below. And for my third alternative recommendation, it's gonna be this guy right here, which is the Evergoods CPL 24. It's a great option for you if you like that whole middle ground between outdoorsy and urban, and you love the quick side access, but you want more quick side access. It's easily one of the best EDC backpacks on the market, and to find out why, just watch this video right here. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation. We'll catch you next time.